Hello there, gamers everywhere. I'm Swipper92, and yeah, this is gonna be one big secret puzzle and quest secret, I don't know, spoiling video in Forsaken Realms Vahrin's Call. Yes, there's been a lot of questions about certain quests and such, and other secrets. This first thing I'm showing you here is just a simple graveyard puzzle that you see in the market area. We'll go into some more complicated matters in a minute. Let's get started. Now, the order of things here is much like how you would encounter them in the world of Vahrin. So we're gonna start with Sword in the Gonk, or Gonk, or however you pronounce that species. Well, first of all, it's a bit more complicated than I imagined, this quest. Because when you first pick it up, it seemed really fun and you're just gonna search for clues. And then it turned into a treasure hunt. I definitely can see how players can have trouble with this one, because I myself did, although maybe not on the part you expect. At the window, just on the backside of this tavern here, you can eavesdrop on some people. And this is actually the part that I missed. I completely missed that I could jump over this little gap here and eavesdrop. They will mention a treasure hunt as you eavesdrop them, that they did as kids. This involved the scarecrows, and when you go and look at the closest scarecrow from where you start eavesdropping, you will see that it's looking in a specific direction. And if you follow his eyes, this will lead to another scarecrow, which is also looking in the direction of another scarecrow, and another, and another. And this treasure hunt goes on far longer than I expected it to. In this tutorial of the quest, in this video, we're just gonna do it the fast way and run straight for the treasure. Now, it's easier, and if you want to follow the scarecrows, I think it's worth doing on your own at least once, actually. But anyway, here is the last pumpkin head. It looks into the trees there. So go into the trees there. There will be a shovel, and you can interact with that to dig out the weapons. Then you're done. Then you go back to the quest giver, talk with her. Then you go into the tavern, listen to the people explaining what happened, and then go outside the tavern to this tree where you can talk to the quest giver one last time before receiving your reward. Some coin and a one-handed weapon. Who in the world am I? Sounds like a philosophical question, but this is a quest in the game, and oh, if you try to follow the clues on your own, you're gonna go nuts and hate the developers for creating the quest. Seriously. First time I did this one, I had to turn on quest markers to figure out some of the clues. So, yeah, I don't feel very proud of that, but I had to, because, Anyway, first clue is in South Vale, and it's fish. This is also where you start the quest. You're gonna come upon a camp where some mercenaries sat before, and suddenly there's no mercenaries now. It's a burned down house and some fish. And the second clue is in the hamlet, in the fisherman's shop. And this clue in the fisherman's shop will lead to the mine, which is of course. The third clue is in the mine, which will lead to a fourth clue. And the fourth clue was the one I could not find, because the third clue, the big mushroom, I did not remember seeing any big mushrooms anywhere. So I turned on quest markers, and apparently the alchemy shop in the market area has big mushrooms on the roof. I did not think about that when I first went there. I'm not even sure I saw that. Anyway, the next clue that you find in the alchemy shop, the Brazier, or magical Brazier, was easier. That one I understood immediately, and it's the academy in Upper City. Now finding the clue inside the academy was a bit further. It took a little bit longer, that one. I would say it's very close to the end of the academy, or at the start, depending on how you enter, or where you enter. And the ship mast that you find there in the academy, yeah, I searched for any place that had docks of some kind, but no place had that. But there's this house in Old City that's partially built from a ship or something. It has a mast that looks the same as the one you find. That's the important thing, and there your quest will come to an end. Finally! This last part is also one that I had to actually turn on quest markers for, because I did not get it. I didn't get it. Now, a fun little detail about this quest is that if you return to the locations of the clues you found, like the fisherman's shop, and the fisherman's shop, the alchemy shop, and the academy, and the mine, you're gonna see some NPCs there, and that's a really fun detail, I think. Funny enough, the mercenaries who got turned to fishes, they weren't there, so I'm guessing they bolted. But I like to think they were eaten by this guy. Apparently the antagonist of this quest was a bit sensitive, I guess, and likes transmuting people into things. Now the lady in the alchemy shop could have stayed mutated, or transmuted, I guess, however, doesn't like cats, sent to cause chaos and disorder, she says. May she be tortured in hell by cats for saying that, I'm just saying. I'm not saying she's wrong about the chaos and disorder thing, but that's no reason to hate cats, you know? No reason at all. Now, I mentioned the academy earlier, so let's talk about the Brazier puzzle in that one. Now, there's this door outside in the courtyard, and it has 4 unlit braziers outside of it. Inside the academy there are 4 brazier puzzles, where you need to lit 4 braziers for each puzzle in the right order. There's no way of knowing which order you're supposed to do them in, so it's a trial and error puzzle. But you can see in the video here the order of all 4 puzzles. Now, after doing all 4 passwords, I guess they are passwords basically, the 4 braziers outside the door will be lit and the door open. Now just enter and get the loot. And let's go to the local swamp area for the game. East Vale. It's dark and haunting, and it has a secret side quest in an area that took me way too long to notice how to get to. Now, as soon as I entered East Vale, I came upon this spirit who started running away. Or flying away, I guess. And I followed it, sprinted, and suddenly, bloop! Oh, too deep of water. And I could not figure out how to get around that. Eventually I did, but I was complicating the whole thing. I just figured it was gonna be basically a puzzle to get over to the other side, but yeah. It's very easy to get to once you actually look closer. As you can see by the gameplay, you just need to check the water to see that the bridges are underwater, but not deep, so but not too deep, so you can't traverse them. Now we kill the enemies, interact with the sapling, who is apparently a Gron. Yes, the same species as the one who is killed in the earlier side quest, as I mentioned. Sword in the Gron, as well as a very annoying enemy with earth magic and big clubs. I'm not a fan of those enemies. Just look at my, I think it was in the live stream I did. I did a 5-hour live stream of the game, and there was this one particular enemy that just drove me nuts at a particular moment. Anyway, it's through this side quest that you get access to the abandoned manor in the middle of the East Vale. This manor contains its own share of collectibles to find and a small maze. Now check out my video on that quest if you want to know how to find the quest objectives and the collectibles in the maze of walls. Now for the last puzzle in the game, at least when looking at it from an area perspective, the puzzle is in the last area you're in, before the last boss and the completion of the story. You're supposed to light all the candles that are beside the paintings with daylight in them. Now I had major issues with this one, as I tried multiple combinations of the candles and all that. I got some help with this one, and I managed to open it soon enough. Now I do recommend turning off the lantern if you have that one on, because when doing this one, it's difficult to discern which ones are day and night when looking at the paintings. At least with the lantern on, it's easier with off. That was one of the biggest problems with the puzzle for me. Now for a secret achievement. Maybe even the secret achievement, I wanna say. This one took me a while to figure out. I didn't check the achievement before doing this, and I had no clue what to do beforehand. But I did get one clue from a very friendly developer. And after making probably 5 or 6 new characters, I managed to get it. This one is a doozy. At the first NPC you meet, who is also the first enemy, you are supposed to turn back when told to do so. Because he yells at you to turn back. And then you just run all the way back to where you started, and you should get the achievement. Do not engage the enemy. I first tried this after the first cutscene of the game, where they also tell you to turn back. Worth a try, right? So I turned back after they told me to turn back, and I ran all the way back. All the way I could run back, at least. But it was a waste of time. I think I must have sat about an hour and a half with this, although I did not have much of a clue either. It's just fitting that I end this video on the same thing as the developers do in the game. The big secret, the wonders and secret world of the developer garden. Now, many of you who have completed the game have maybe seen this, but of course this is one major spoiler, because when you complete the story and after talking to the bartender in the tavern in the hamlet, you get a key. It's hidden in the hamlet, as you can see, and the signs above the door shows how many chapters you've completed. When you've completed all and gotten the key, you can open a door which leads to this garden. It's a Garden of Eden, almost, where everything began. Or ended, I guess. I don't know. This is where the development team has written down some notes. There are a lot of things to discover, actually, even in this little place. It takes a while to explore the whole thing, especially if you really want to make sure you've read and seen everything. Now, the notes are written by the different members of the team. It shows their names, what role they had in the team, and a personal note with a personal thank you. It's a fun little place with a lot of things to discover, and it actually, this little place almost shows the exact same care that I see in the rest of the game, so yeah. Some really nice animations and fun things they have placed in this place. I'm not gonna spoil everything for you. I'll hope you explore it on your own. The garden seems to house the headquarters of the Genomy as well, so either the developers are conspirators with the Genomy and seeks to rule the world, or the developers are oblivious in their involvement and presence in the garden. But more research needs to be done before we can jump to any conclusions. So, what do you guys think about this video? Have I spoiled the entire game for you? Well, that's on you, sorry. I've been Swippin'92, have a great life, and I hope to see you in future videos. Bye bye!